won the AMCA Nationals tonight, brought to you by Revolution Race Gear, the world's biggest speedway brand and Australia's best prices. Off turn 4, Keith Ebbs set the pace on a greasy but very well maintained Speedway City track. We're into turn 1 already. Greasy conditions, these guys are pioneers into turn 1 and 2. It's Michael Miller leading them through, onto the back straight for the first time. Greasy conditions this time into turn 3. The sun not a factor tonight. This is the first event on Australian Speedcar Championship night on the front straight. This is Michael Miller, your current state champion. About 4 or 5 car lengths back to Mick Foreman, back to Keith Ebbs, Dennis Miller, Pierre Edson, Brenton Lee and Alex Pence at the back of the field. Lots of unorthodox lines being used out here trying to find the best part of the racetrack. Michael Miller leads a bit of turn 3, second time round. Pulling further and further away. He's taking Mick Foreman away with him in the number 4 Blariffle Auto Parts car on the front straight again. Look at some times of 21.02, not indicative of the times these guys can generate later on. Setting the track fine for the speed cars coming up right after this. It's Michael Miller leading down into turn 3 underneath the Richmond heavy towing sign. It's still Foreman second. Dennis Miller now is under attack from Keith Ebbs and Pierre Edson. That's the battle for third. Let's watch them as they come on the straight. The number 17 car leads the battle through with Ebbs and Edson. Further back to Pence and Lee. Into turn 1 and 2 again. Let's keep an eye on this third place battle here. Our leader's disappeared. He's taken second place with him down into turn 3 and 4 on the front straight track, getting faster and faster this time. Let's look at the time. A 2018. A 2018 this time for Michael Miller. Dennis Miller now pulling away. Keith Ebbs is under attack from Pierre Edson, the Lefevre Triple X car. Back there in 4th, 5th position. Alex Pence closing in there too. Brenton Lee at the back of the field. On the front straight this time. Michael Miller with 3 laps remaining. Dominating again. Pierre Edson now drives around the outside of Keith Ebbs. He's found some drive up on the high side of turn 4 onto the front straight. So he pulls away immediately from Keith Ebbs. In the number 8 May North Crash Repairs car, he's under attack now from Alex Pence in car number 6. Having said that though, the Edson car slows, just lets Pence go underneath Keith Ebbs now. He's passed him, moves Ebbs back another position, so a pole man going right to the back of the field, almost at this stage. Our leader's on the back straight now, probably about a turn and a half lead. Now Foreman's under attack from Dennis Miller. Could this be an NZ cooler cab? 1 and 2, only time will tell. White flag out this time for Michael Miller as he crosses the start-finish line. Into turn 1. Quite a dominating lead, a full straight length lead here. Back to Foreman car still. Miller's got 430 metres of Speedway City to do something about this and get this number 17 car up into second place. Off turn 4 now, checker flags out for our race leader, race winner, Michael Miller, NZ Cooler Cab number 1 car, takes out Heat 1, the Revolution Race Gear AMCA Nationals. Look at this battle in turn number 3 and 4. Dennis Miller drives around the outside of Foreman on the front straight. He gets second place on the start-finish line. Dennis Miller in for second, Foreman is third, Edson behind them, Pence, Ebbs, and Brenton Lee at the back of the field.
Speedcars, the Walden Wingless Brigade. The green light goes on and Lambert was, Farrell was very slow to start, but it's Darren Jenkins now, the lights, caution lights have come on.
To no one's surprise.
It looked like to me that Paul Farrell decided not to start, whereas young Jenkins did, and Warren Eakins has stopped the game. This is unbelievably bad luck for the top-end Terminator. Driving a car from Queensland this weekend, they will not be happy with that. Saturday night they're away and racing, and Paul Farrell from Victoria quickly in the stride, and on the inside of Darren Jenkins. The speed cars all jump into the top turn. They come out of turn 2, down the back straight and throw the car into the top turn. The sun has gone away from us, so that's fantastic. Darren Jenkins out in front, Paul Farrell in second place. Up in third place is number 4 from Victoria, New South Wales, Dave Lambert. So Dave Lambert has done a sensational job. He's come up from around about the 4th row. He's grabbed second place with a paralysing burst as me. They throw the car sideways. Out of turn number 4, down the main straight now. The number 3 car of Darren Jenkins. And let's look at Warren Eakins. He is the top end Terminator. He's passed half the field already, and he's up in 3rd place, 4th position. Darren Jenkins out in front and doing a very good job. Back in 2nd place is Lambert. Oh, and one car's lost the motor. Then we find now young Sawyer from Western Australia going along quite well. And then we have another driver in there. It's of course Warren Eakins. Car number 6, car number 11 there in a bit of mother. That was Les Robinson from New South Wales. But look at this for a great battle royal out in front. Car number 3, Darren Jenkins leads. Back in second place is for Lambert. So the two New South Wales were going very well indeed. Paul Farrell's back in third place. Fourth position is Warren Eakins. Then we find Les Sawyer from Western Australia. So the race and the laps are ticking by. There's plenty of action. The time clock tells the story of speed. At the halfway mark, 5 down and 5 to go. They come out of turn number 4. 6 down and 4 to go. So 4 laps to go in this Speedcar heat number 1, and Lambert is on fire. They come out of turn number 2, down the back straight. Jenkins tries hard, but Lambert's lost it sideways against a slower car. Great Speedcar racing. This is awesome stuff. And the West Australian driver is blocking him. He gets a shove out the road from Jenkins. That's Dave Mulgrave. Dave Mulgrave now has got out the road, and Jenkins arms a much worth of fortune. They come down the main straight with 2 laps to go now. Lambert will have to call himself very unlucky. He is a very fast peddler. They come out of turn number 2 second last time. Down the back straight, into the top turn, past the time clock. 1 lonely lap to go on heat number 1 of the Australian Speedcar Championship. Sponsored by Sporting for 2004. It's Darren Jenkins with a half a lap to go. It's all over by the shouting. Darren Jenkins out of turn number 4. Come on, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together. Darren Jenkins of New South Wales. John Lambert from New South Wales in second place. In third place is Paul Farrell from Victoria. Then we find Warren Eakins from Queensland, Northern Territory. Then 77 Les Sawyer.
Let's watch him off the front row. Jamison off row 2 there as well. With Brinken. Slow build up. Elliot gets the green now. Down into turn 1, Neville lands all over him like a cheap suit. Jamison is still third, back to Rinken, and Keogh already up to 4th. Look at Crouch with a car spun at the back of the field there. Car's gone around and it's brought down the yellow straight away as Elliot comes through, acknowledges the yellow. Pope and Shane Smith. Tony Elliott to lead him away. Up to the white line on the start-finish line. Away we go this time. Pretty well copybook start this time. Lance goes to the outside in turn 2. Jamison's up in third now. Look at the drive from Neville Lance already to turn 3. Throws the number 14 car on the pole line as they come off turn 4 on the front straight. Now switches to the high side of Tony Elliott. All over him into turn number 1. Oh, Neville Lance pulls away, but now pulls. Look at the drive. He gets out of 2. Comes out behind the back of the American. Jamison is still third and Keogh is 4th. 3 wide going into turn number 3. Crouch and Pope going through there too, but let's watch this battle out in front between Elliot, the American, and the Australian, Neville Lance, as they go on the back straight. This track is super fast tonight into turn 3. Come our leaders again. The 17 car slows on the front straight here. Hopefully won't get in the way of our leaders as they go into turn 1. They both go around him. Good driving, guys. Into turn 2 now, off the back straight. Jamison is still third, Keogh 4th, Pope behind them, Crouch, a great drive from the young South Australian. He's back there behind the Pope car, onto the front straight now. Look at Neville Lance in the number 14 car from Western Australia, the Ford dealer's number 14 car. Onto the back straight, Jamison still third, holding Keogh at bay. Through turn 3 and 4 come our leaders again, onto the front straight. Tony Elliott's got the measure of this Western Australian at the moment, choosing and picking any lines, but as I say that, the door is open but shut before Lance can do anything. Jamison is still back. He's falling further and further away from this battle for first and second. He's too busy dealing with Paul Keogh, who's back in 4th position. 4 laps remaining now for our leaders. They go into these Shane Smith in the 55 car onto the back straight. Neville Lance goes with Tony Elliott there. He's hoping for a buffer between the 2 cars. Didn't happen that time. Now Lance sets the car from the mid-track line onto the front straight. 15.43 that time for Tony Elliott. This battle royale now in turn 2 onto the back straight. Jamison under attack now from Keogh further back there. They've got Smith in between there. They've got to negotiate with 2 laps remaining. And Tony Elliott, the American now, goes around another lap car as they go into the back straight. Now Lance will have to go there, but he's going to lose touch. They're coming through turn 3 and 4 on the front straight this time. White flag out for Tony Elliott. Renegade Auto Salvage number 0 car, the United States man. Leading Neville Lance through, it's not over yet. They're onto the back straight for the final time. Jamison is still holding down third. Into turn 3 and 4, the American takes out heat number 2 just as engine dramas develop. Tony Elliott takes out heat number 2. Second will be Neville Lance. Third will be Jamison. 4th will be Keogh.
Away in racing and the green light goes on. A beautiful start. Car number 21, Peter Berg takes the lead. On the outside of him, Brent Morris. So the speed cars in well and truly in action as they jump out of turn number 4. Claw to the floor and down the main straight. Car number 21 out in front. Peter Morris back in second place. Brent Morris. Mark Brown trying to make his presence felt. Back there once again to Cameron Robinson. Then we find the car number 17 coming through there, but a great race out in front for the major event here at the moment is 21. New South Wales, Peter Burke just in front. The car in second place. Brent Morris went sideways, gets out of harm's way, puts the claw to the floor once again as they jump out of turn number 4. 3 laps down and 7 to go. A 15:23 second lap of the race leader, car number 21. Doing a tremendous job, Peter Burke. He started on the outside, the front row, but second place has now been changed. And we see car number 42, Mark Brown, grabs the lead with a paralysing burst of speed. They jump out of turn number 4. 4 laps down and 6 to go. It's Australian Speedcar Championship for 2004. Down the back straight now. Car number 21, Peter Burke, the man of the mission now is Mark Brown, fighting hard. Out of turn 4, down the main straight, halfway mark. 5 down and 5 to go. A 15:22 second lap that time for our race leader. Doing a fantastic job, Peter Burke. Oh no, what has happened to Burke? The cars went out of noise and Mark Brown's grabbed the lead. An ounce of luck is worth a fortune, and Burkey, it's all come out the back door. And our race leader Mark Brown now. Car 17 in second place, Brett Morris. What has happened to Burkey? We'll have to have Paris out there in a few moments having a talk to him. But they come down the main straight. 7 down and 3 to go. Car number 42. The New South Wales, our race leader. Fantastic job, Mark Brown. Mark Brown in front, second place is Brett Morris. Out of turn 4, 8 down and 2 to go. Remember the Speedway City time clock tells the story of speed. A 15 second lap, and the track is awesome. It is fast. Fast. Make no mistake about that. This time they jump out of turn number 4. The white flag's out. 1 lap to go here at Speedway City in the Smorgon Australian Speedcar Championship for 2004. Out of turn 2, down the back straight for last time. Car number 42 from New South Wales. Mark Brown has put in a blinder. Out of turn number 4 and across the line first. What a drive. Sensational stuff. In second place, Brett Morris, car number 17. Back there once again to the American short year, the New Zealand short East League. But come on, ladies and gentlemen. Put your hands together for Mark Brown.
Even Steve off the start there now down to turn 1. Graham's got the early lead into turn 1. Look at these cars go 3 wide into turn 2. Onto the back straight for the first time. Stephen Graham's got a flyer. Watch these cars now bank up into turn 3 and 4. Car into the fence down there in turn number 3 and 4. Oh, let's pick it up. Heat 4. 2004 Australian Speedcar Championship. Stephen Graham to set the pace out of 4. Off turn 4 we're green. And Graham can look at this 4 wide action. Yellows are on straight away. Oh. I don't know what to say with that one. They pulled the car up on the back straight there. I might be seeing some hands getting slapped in.
Yeah, I'd like to see that race stop and pull down the back straight.
Yeah.
Back drive, you can see the lucky we had a car drive wheel. But also on 10 as well. So this will be the third attempt again underway, heat number 4. So you can imagine now how these drivers are inside the cockpit. It's a very hot evening here in South Australia, we all know. And of course this doesn't mind help there.
Somewhere along those lines.
How about we just keep it short and sharp, boys, and say third time lucky?
That's it. Off turn 4. Hold your breath, Speedway fans. Stephen Graham to let him away. Drag race down to turn 1. Look at this battle coming through again. The number 2 car, Stanaway, already up into second place out of turn 2. On the back straight, he's going for Stephen Graham too. 2 wide action going through turn 3 and 4. Early leader is Stephen Graham on the front straight. Another car in the fence on the back straight there in turn 3 where the Cooper car went off. Off turn 4 up to the white line. Green's about to flap into the stiff Speedway City breeze. This time Graham gets an easy run. Look at Stanaway in the 44 car as well, and Chris Gardner goes up into second place now. They've swapped Smith. Now Gardner goes down for Stephen Graham. Stephen Graham controlling this race on the pole line already out of turn 4 on the front straight. It's Graham, Gardner, Stanaway, back to Smith, Attard, McCallum coming through the field. Then it's back to the rest of the field behind there, the 11 car of Helder. Let's watch this battle now, closing in. The front three guys are closing right in now. Graham, Gardner, and the number 2 car of Stanaway. On the back straight this time. Graham's pulling away from these guys. When they're dueling like this, enables the guy either to pull away or pull the guys in front of him. Graham still leads on the front straight. Gardner is still second. Stanaway third, McCallum fourth, Attard fifth. 11 car Hilda is sixth, and it's Smith in seventh, off the front row, almost to the back of the bus. Meantime, Graham is in turn 3, making 4 under the front straight, lapping very quickly, 15.44 on that time. The track is getting faster, faster, faster. Graham is on the back straight this time. Gardner is still second, but falling away from the Graham car. Into turn 3. On the front straight now. Stephen Graham controlling this race now. Gardner still second. Bit symmetrical, these front 3 guys, but have a look at Dean McCallum from Western Australia pulling these first 3 guys in. He's come towards the back of the field, up in the 4th. He's now closing in on the number 2 car of Stanaway. Onto the front straight. Can McCallum do this? He's got 4 laps remaining. They're in turn 1 again. Now second starts to close up this lane. Stephen Graham pull away with this race. He's down into turn 3. Coming up behind a lap car here. This is number 3 car, Jet Jr. Graham goes around. There's breathing space there between himself and Gardner. The 3 car holds the pole line through turn 1 and 2. This now lets Gardner go through the car between himself and Stanaway. McCallum's now got 2 laps remaining to do something about this as our leader Graham comes on the start-finish line again into turn 1. Throw a blanket over second at the moment. It's still Gardner holding that. Stanaway gets him through this time. Gardner's in a run in 2. Lets McCallum go as well. So he's back to 4. On the front straight, white flag out this time for Stephen Graham. Stanaway is second, McCallum third, the WA 21 car. Then it's Gardner in 4th. Adelaide is still 5th. Into turn 4 for the final time. Graham hesitates in the lap car in front, that'll be Smith. But checkered flag drops. Stephen Graham takes out heat 4. Second will be Stanaway, third will be McCallum, 4th will be Gardner dropping out. Adelaide will be 5th. Keith Duggan leads, but look at this wheel bashing down into turn 1. Great to see Keith Duggan back there in the number 85 car, ran here in the Australian AMCA Championship. In fact, well, the local boys are just welcoming back to Speedway City with a customary turnaround in turn number 2. Puts him to the back of the group straight away. On the front straight this time, 8 lap adventure, make it 7 now. Velots, you'll see this Mantless car leads him through with, let's just say, Mayolo, who gets second place now from Mackay. Back to Pope, Brian Chadwick. Tuttle, and at the back of the field Keith Sales and the ex-McBraw number 20 car. So these guys closing right into the moment as the Duggan car is pulled in field. Look at this battle for second there, closing right in. Forget about Morris Velots, he's just disappeared, he's out of here. In turn 2 now, 2 wide, the action between Mayolo, Mackay, Brian Chadwick, the sleeper in this pack at the moment. Wait for the cork to pop out the champagne bottle. The rest of the field now start to close up. Look at Mayolo now, right up against the pit wall. Let's make it 3 wide on the front straight. Down into turn 1. Morris Velots is still your race leader. Keith Duggan pulls infield in the 85 car. Brian Chadwick now underneath John Mackay. Can he hold the car in the pole line? Sails on the inside of Pope at the same time. Morris Velots crosses the line, 4 laps remaining. Mayolo is still second. Mackay still holding down third. Under attack from Chadwick, Sale, Pope, Tuttle. So he's under severe attack. He was in more trouble than the Iraqis were earlier this year. Onto the front straight. It's still Morris Velots. Ricky Mayolo, he's running out of time. He's running out of racetrack at this stage. Velots has got this race down pat unless he's something unforeseen happens to number 48, Sid Dismantler's car. He's in turn 3 underneath the Mr. Whippy van. Ricky Mayolo still second. Brian Chadwick is still third. Keith Sales 4th. Mayolo's going to run out of time here. Velots is under control. He runs the mid-track through turn 2. Underneath the all-transport crash sign down the back straight. He runs this 48 car into turn 3. Mayolo still second. Chadwick third. Sales behind them. In his second drive next, McBraw number 2 car. White flag out this time for Morris Velots. He's driven well this race. He took advantage of that race lead at the start and just drove away this field. He's on the back straight for the final time into turn 3. Mayolo is still second. Ken Sales get underneath Chadwick here. He sets the car up for turn number 3. Oh, they're going to go both underneath Mayolo. Velots wins. Chadwick will be second. Oh, dead heat there for third. I'm going to call it Sales third. Behind them, Mayolo, McKay, Tuttle, Hope at the back of the field there.
Here on this wonderful night of Speedway, Speedcar racing, away they go. Jamie Oldfield from Western Australia takes the lead in the first turn. He's got a snarling pack of speed cars behind him as they thunder down the back straight. Throw the car in the top turn, and out in front, car number 15 from Western Australia, Jamie Oldfield. Back in second place is car number 4 doing a tremendous job. And the driver, of course, is young Lambert from New South Wales, and he is a very fast peddler. Make no mistake about that. Young Sawyer up in the third place. Then we find Jenkins starting to make his presence felt. But they move down the main straight. Lambert in second place, really starting to pressure the West Australian driver. Then we find Lex Sawyer bouncing through the turn. Warren grabs third place. They thunder down the back straight into the top turn. Now we find Jenkins grabs fourth position. Well, they have done 3 laps and 7 to go. Warren Eakins now, the man who is the top end Terminator, has been set upon and passed by Darren Jenkins from New South Wales. The West Australian driver Oldfield out in front. Lambert from New South Wales in second place. Then we find Darren Jenkins back to Warren Eakins, back to Les Sawyer from Western Australia. Car number 2 from Victoria, Peter Farrell. But Oldfield now for the halfway mark. 5 down and 5 to go. In the Small Cyclist Australian Speedcar Championship for 2004 at this magnificent Speedway venue, Speedway City, just to the north of Adelaide City in South Australia. Now, 4 laps to go for Jamie Oldfield. He starts to feel the pressure. Jenkins is hot. He's hot. He's up in third place. Tries to get an outside passage. Got down the concrete curve. Back in third place, still doing a great job. Lambert cuts him off. They come out of turn number 4. Car number 2, Farrell from Victoria, stops the main straight. This will give him some breathing space, and the lights will have to come on. Yes, the young Farrell had more than enough time to get his speed car off the racetrack. He chose to naturally stop. He comes out of turn 4 now. The green lights go on, away and racing now. Oldfield, a very fast turn of speed, goes in the top turn. Lambert in second place from New South Wales. In third place now is Darren Jenkins, back to Warren Eakins on the back wheels. He jumps out of turn number 2. Out of 4 they come, floor to the floor and down. Oh, upside down goes one driver on the top turn. He slammed in the back of the very slow West Australian car in Bull Road, and the fourth rider had nowhere to go but upside down. Here we go. The Speedway City time clock tells the story of speed, and it's floor to the floor time. Green lights are on. Now, Jamie Oldfield, we find back in second place.
Watch Jenkins.
A little loose coming out of that top turn, but Jenkins fights hard. They thunder down the back straight, throw the car at the top turn. Warren Eakins goes up towards the picket fence. The car not doing what he wants it to do. Now we find car 15, Oldfield, back there to Lambert. Look at Jenkins. He's all over him like a rat as they thunder down the back straight. Jenkins on the outside. Oh, what a drive. Sensational stuff. He is looking hot, hot, hot. Now, with 2 laps to go, Jamie Oldfield from Western Australia will feel the pressure of the New South Welshman. 1.5 laps left to go. Can Jenkins do it? Remember, he's come off the back mark. Out of turn number 4. 1 lonely left to go for Oldfield. Oldfield on the hot seat. He goes high. Jenkins tries to come underneath him. They jump out of turn 2. Down the back straight. Into the top turn for the last time. Look at Jenkins. He is on fire. But Oldfield fights back. Put your hands together. What a race. Oh, yes. What a race. Sensational stuff here tonight. What a sensational race. Oldfield from Western Australia, 15 first. Jenkins, oh man, he is a driver and a half. He is sensational. In second place here at the time of the last ball at 1 minute 1 and 100th of a second.
Off turn 4, we're racing. Let's go 3 wide again in the turn 1. The 87 car's the early race leader on the back straight. This is the New Zealander. The Kiwis are firing back into Speedway City into turn 3. This is Lance Bill leading Tim Crouch. He'll be under some pressure. The young fella, he's on the front straight. Under attack from Paul Keogh down into turn 1. So Keogh now gets underneath. Here's a fat black wheels in turn number 2. This now lets Jamison onto the back of this queue. So Crouch still back in third place. Keogh is up to second. This lets Beale, the New Zealander, the 87 car, goes past the start finish line. He's point away from Keogh. Crouch, the 18 car, Stanaway. Here comes Big Rev, Neville Lance, coming round the outside of Stanaway. Can't go anywhere. Now goes up high. Look at this car, Neville Lance. up high, out of turn 4, onto the front straight this time. Can he drive around Crouch at the same time? He does! Up in the third place, Neville Lance from Western Australia. Moves up to third, Jamison pulls away from the back of this field and pulls the field back in. Car slow down the front straightaway, that's the 17 car pulling infield. Down into turn number 1 again. The 87 car of Beale leads them through. Keogh now has got 5 laps to do something about this. Yellow's on down into the 17 car of Stanaway.
I'll tell you what, that drive from Neville Lance up on the high line. Oh, and he is off. Yes, sir, I'll tell you this was sensational Speedcar racing.
So here we go, Lance Beale to lead him through. 6 laps up on the board now. Beale leads him on the front straight. Keogh is second, Lance is third, Crouch fourth, Pope is fifth. The American Elliot back there in 6th position. Behind him is Jamison. Here comes Paul Keogh now, tries to pull down the New Zealander of Lance Beale onto the front straight. Neville Lance, meantime, trying to hoe down fellow Western Australian Paul Keogh. Pope's now to attack from Crouch, and the American Elliot. Oh, Jamison went to look the move there, but Elliot's gone underneath Crouch into turn number 3 and 4. Look at these guys clash on the front straight now. Lance nowhere to go. He can't get underneath the inside of the number 10 car of Keogh. But it's still Lance Beale leads him on the back straight. He's in turn 3. These front 3 guys start to pull away from 4th and 5th. Oh, look at this hopping down to turn 4 from Beale. Still keeps the race lead. Keogh was waiting for that to happen. Just couldn't make hay while the sun shines. Lance still wants to get now on the back straight. Look at the drive this number 14 car has got. Can pull the guys in. Just can't see the transfer of that speed into the corners. 2 laps remaining now for New Zealander Lance Beale in the 87 car from New Zealand. Onto the back straight underneath the Oxford Insurance broken sign. Here comes Neville Lance again. Set the car up for the high line around the outside of Keogh. He's going to make it happen side by side. Takes second place. Neville Lance up in the second place now. Behind the back of the 87 car of Beale. He's on his last lap. Lance is out of contention for this. Beale is going to take out this next heat. Heat 6, the Smorgon Steel Recyclers, Australian Speedcar Championship. Lance Beale takes the win. Lance will be second. Back to Keogh in third. The American Tony Elliott finishes 4th.
As they come out of turn number 4, the Speedway City time clock will tell the story of speed. Away they go, and the green light's on. First man to move away is Carnival 95 from Queensland. Then driving in the straight for his ground training. They're flying high on the racetrack now. Third place man Scotty Glade from the pace is an absolute firecracker. They come out of turn number 4 down the main straight. Carnival 11 in second place, Troy Jordan. Then we find Mark Brown in 42, and he is on the pace. He is like a freight train, thundering down the back straight, through the car in the top turn. This is unbelievable. Speedcar Speedway racing down the main straight now. Carnival 95 out in front, doing a tremendous job. Grant Brady back in second place is Jordan. Look at Mark Brown on the outside of Scotty Glade. Glade fights back. They trade wheels that time as they thunder in the top turn. Out of turn number 4, a great race, a 15-17 second lap. The Speedway City time clock telling the story of speed as these brave men face this man-made hell as they go down the back straight in the top turn once again. 4 laps down and 6 to go. Out in front, going very well indeed is Grant Brady. Back in second place is Carnival man Troy Jordan. Stephanie Klein back there once again, and Mark Brown, he's on a charge. He is on the pace, and he's really and truly making the field sit up and watch. Something's hanging from the back of Jordan's car. I don't know what it is. It looks like it's part of his safety belt or something. So something's come off his race car as they move down the back straight. They go once again. Mark Brown on the outside is driving. Grabs second place with a paralysing burst of speed. Out of turn number 4. Now he fights back the young fella. They have now 5 laps to go. 4 laps to go. 6 down and 4 to go. Carnival 11 grabs the lead there in Troy Jordan. Now we find Mark Brown training back in 4th. Third position, then Scotty Glade. You can forget about the rest of the field from here. Mark Brown is on an absolute mission. He is on fire as he goes into the top turn. Past the Kimberley stand. Down the back straight they go. Into the Richmond heavy towing turn. This is sensational Speedway here tonight. Out of turn 4 once again with 3 laps to go, and it's Mark Brown. Oh, he is hot. Hot, hot, hot. Coming out of turn number 2 once again. Jordan in second place, and third place is training. back to Scott Wainbrook, but the star of the show tonight so far from the back mark with 1 lap to go here at Speedway City in the Smorgon Recycling Australian Speedcar Speedway Championship. This man, Mark Brown, he is absolutely sensational. Out of turn number 4, put your hands together, race man. That is awesome. Awesome Speedway racing here tonight. Oh yes, second place man is Jordan. Back in third place was Scotty Wainbrook and then Bradman with 15:26 second lap from last time around.
Off turn 4, the 11 car fluttered there at the start. The Queensland 11 car. Let's watch turn 1, the action. 11 car builder went backwards. Let's watch Stephen Graham. He's made up 2 places already, but McCallum's the early race leader and he's pulling away. Here comes Stephen Graham this time. He's caught between Peter Jen Jr. and the 17 car Stanaway. Into turn number 1 for the second time on the back straight. Can Graham swallow these cars up? Hear the roar of the B4 out there at the moment. McCallum leading them through the Kendrick Race Engines 21 car. The number 2 car going through there too at the same time. That's Stanaway in second. Third will be Peter Addo under attack from Stephen Graham. The 2 Sydney drivers now. Ken Graham hold the car down. The Richard Petty driving experience car now. Oh, gets better wheel from Peter Attard. They get held up in lap traffic there. Meantime, Dean McCallum underneath the Smorgon Steel scoreboard out of turn 4. On the start-finish line this time. Lapping at 15:22, Stanaway still second. Now Graham gets underneath Attard in the 52 car, then promoted back to 4th. Graham's up to 3rd. He's in a good position now. He comes from the back. He's back up to 3rd. Can he make it 2nd? As our second place man, Stanaway, rides a bicycle out of turn 4. McCallum driving away with his on-screen is the Richard Petty car of Stephen Graham. Pulling the Stanaway car in now. He's got 4 and a bit laps remaining. Let's make it 4 as McCallum comes on the start-finish line. Lapping very consistently at 15:13 that time around. Stanaway still second. Here comes Stephen Graham. Attard is back and forth, but losing touch. Graham now switches the mid-track to go on the outside of Stanaway. Pulls up to the high side off 4. Down into turn 1 again. McCallum's driven away this way. He's in turn 3. 2 and a bit laps remaining now for race leader Dean McCallum in the 21 car from Western Australia. 2 laps remaining. It's Stanaway second. Under attack. Ken Graham make the pass. This number 2 car does not look stable. Ken Graham make it happen. It's still out hard before. Here comes Graham to the high side out of turn 4. On the start finish line. Grahams round the outside. Oh, what a pass, Speedway fans. White flag is out. Stephen Graham is second. Race leader. It'll be race winner now. Off turn 4. Dean McCallum from Western Australia takes out heat 8. Second will be Stephen Graham from the back of the field. Third will be Stanaway. Fourth will be Attard. Fifth in the 17 car will be Holdswich. Sixth will be Jenkins Jr. And the back of the field, Smith. Speedway fans, Dean McCallum. Another record up there. 2 minutes 32.27. Speaking of buzzing, the AMCA Nationals are on track. Down into turn 1, Michael Miller. NZ Cooler Cab 1-2 so far. Dennis Miller tries to drive down the outside, down the back straight. It's a drag race down to turn 3. First time Pierre Ensign waiting for the commotion to happen up in front. On the front straight, first time race leader, Dennis Miller. Michael Miller still second. Back to Edson, Corman, Sales, and Brenton Lee at the back of the field. Onto the back straight away again. It's Dennis Miller. It's under attack from Michael Miller. NZ Cooler Cab 1-2 at the moment. Edson's still back there in third on a very, very fast driving Speedway City track tonight. Down into turn 1 again. These front 3 blown away from the next 3. They're about 2 corners ahead at the moment. Could this be a foxy race at the moment between the 2 Millers? Edson can't seem to do nothing about these 2 in front. On what appears to be very, very fast track. On the front straight again, Dennis Miller. Haven't seen Dennis up the front most of this season. Getting off the front row, he does very well. And he's doing very well to hold in state champion Michael Miller. This Team Miller, NZ Cooler Cab team from South Australia. Into turn 3 again, Edson now closing on these first 2 guys. Could he be the sleeper in the pack here with just 4 laps remaining? You want to try and split this Miller sandwich up now in turn 1. These guys using the mid-track line out of 2 onto the back straight again. Nice to talk about behind him, except Jeff Sales might come into this attack later on, might run out of lap so. As Edson now sets the car up on the pole line in of turn 4, takes Michael Miller on the front straight. Miller fights back. This is Michael Miller, the state champion in car number 1. Drives around the outside again. Edson has an answer for him on the back straight. It's a drag race down in the 3. Let's watch him now. Sales, meantime, is bringing these guys closer and closer to him. These guys are dueling, which has enabled him to close up. 2 laps remaining this time for race leader Dennis Miller. Michael Miller now pulling away from the Edson car on the back straightaway. Again, Sales, you can see it's visibly closing this gap. But I think Edson's going to run out of time if he wants to split these 2 up. White flag out this time on display for Dennis Miller. The front 3 unchanged. Keith Sales trying to close it on these 3 as well. He's going to run out of time on the back straight for the final time. AMCA Nationals Heat 3 into turn 3 for the final time on the front straight. Checkered flags out. Could this be a pass? Drag race down the finish line. Dennis Miller by about a wheel. Dennis Miller by a wheel from Michael Miller back to Pierre Edson in 3rd in car number 3. Behind him Keith Sales. White line is the starting point of the racetrack. And watch Maris Velots on fire tonight. Can he drive around these guys into turn 1 and 2? Bit of wheel bumping through turn 1 and 2. They went 3 wide on the back straight. Duggan now, if he can stay away from these guys, they won't hurt him. Mayolo is 2nd, wants to go forward. McKay behind him in 3rd, Chadwick. And then Velots on the front straight again. It's Duggan, Mayolo, Brian Chadwick there too, John McKay and Maris Velots is your top 5 behind him. Stewie Pope, Keith Ebbs, Tuttle, and at the back of the field, Alex Petts. Through turn 3 and 4 onto the front straight. Keith Duggan into turn 1 now. These front 3 guys are driving away here. Chadwick wants to go forward. Leolo wants to get 3 and 2, perhaps maybe getting held up by this Duggan car. The rest of the field's starting to fall away. Heat 1 winner, Maris Velots back there in 5th place still on the front straight. This racetrack getting faster and faster all night here. As Duggan still leads them through quite a processional race, unless you want to watch the back of the field between Tuttle and Alex Petts. Chadwick slows in the back straight there. He's fallen away from this battle now, so it's closed. It's closed now between Duggan and Mayolo. Mayolo has now 4 laps remaining to do something at an 18.32 on that time round. This track is getting super fast. On the back straight again, Keith Duggan. Ricky Mayolo behind there, 2 in 2nd place. Now Brian Chadwick starts to get back into contention for 2nd place here. He hugs the pole line out of 4 onto the front straight. Closing back in on the 21 car, Mayolo this time. And smoke comes out the front of the Duggan car. This looks terrible, spins onto the burnout pad. I think there may be terminal engine dramas to the 85 Duggan Family Hotels car. He's gone infield. This promotes Ricky Mayolo up to the lead. As I say that, Brian Chadwick takes the lead off turn 4. Moves into the front line. Now there's a slippery substance. We've tipped it. It could be oil through. These guys don't know. They drive across the top just carefully. They may have all picked it up on that first time. Let's watch our leaders. They're in turn. In fact, we say that Tuttle goes around on that. It's going to cause a stoppage. Him and Petts have come together down in turn 2. Brings out the yellows. Brings out. Chadwick leads them away. They'll want to know this. Oh, look at him going to 2-1. In fact, Chadwick gets out of there briefly because he knows he's on the slippery substance. Down into turn 3 this time. They point away from McKay back there in 3rd position. So Chadwick and Mayolo lead into turn number 1. Let's watch these guys negotiate this slippery part of the racetrack. And Mayolo now puts the car on the inside of Chadwick into turn 3. He's made the pass stick. In fact, Chadwick fights back on the high line. Out of 4 on the front straight. Checkered flags out. Brian Chadwick takes the win from Ricky Mayolo back to John McKay. A drag race back there. Petts just gets poked from Duggan, who's a lap down. Ebbs and Tuttle at the back of the field is Maris Velots.
As the green light goes on, they are away and racing. Car number 2, Paul Farrell. Good look at Big Red Devil Lances on the high line. All the highlights come on. Paul Farrell gets the naughty finger from Roderick. Paul, you are a naughty boy, he's saying. Here's 2. You've got a line up in 2 laps. You double in 5. That's the last one. I have to say, Big Red Devil Lance on the outside. inside the blue car. Keep your eye on him. He's got an awesome speed car driver. Probably not the one that's been ever the race car. Paul Farrell's roughing him up a bit. Oh, you pick the wrong man as the green light goes on. They go to the top turn. Paul Farrell there, the big red devil lanes back in second place. They move down the back straight, and the yellow lights again. But I think the car number 2 from Queensland, Ken Stanaway, he doesn't know what 2x2 means. Ken Stanaway made it 3 wide. Maybe they don't count right in Queensland. So he'll have to be told he's been given a fickle finger of fate. That's the second restart. Peter Craft is up here. Craft is with the boat, really brutal. What am I going to do? Saying, what am I going to do? No joke, Peter. Righto, so here they go once again. The yellow lights are out. Paul Farrell, Victoria. Neville Lance from Western Australia. Ken Stanaway. Drivers are being told once again, get yourself into gear. Now Neville Lance is being told to stand on the gas. Neville Lance probably trying to get young Farrell side straightened up, so here we go once again. Stoogie, now you can see the real business end of the meetings coming on. Oh my God. Oh. Righto, and away they go once again, and again we find Ken Stanaway and Neville Lance as they go into the top turn once again. Out of turn 2 they go. Peter Farrell leads down the back straight. Neville Lance in second place, then back in third place is Stanaway from Queensland. They jump out of turn number 4 down the main straight. Stanaway's in more trouble than the early settlers that time as he goes a little bit out of control. They move down the back straight. Farrell's got a burst of speed that he really had as they jump out of turn number 4 once again. Back in second place, Neville Lance, then back to Stanaway. Peter Adder, then Mark Brown. Mark Brown's on an absolute mission. He's come off position number 8 and he's up in 4th place now. And Neville Lance has run out of noise. Something's wrong with Neville Lance's motor, so he's gone off the noise there. And something's gone wrong here in this car as Neville Lance now pulls the infield. This is an absolute turn up for the books. Now, the race leader at the moment is going along very well indeed. That driver is Farrell. Back in second place is Stanaway from Queensland, and Mark Brown, who has been the star of the show so far tonight in car number 42, jumps up into third position. Back to Peter Adder, then back to car number 3, South Australia, Tim Crouch. A good race here. Car number 5 going along quite well. There's Rod Bright, but there we're 5 laps down and 5 to go on the halfway mark. The race leader and going along very well, Peter Farrell. Brownie can't seem to make much of an impression on the front 2 runners at the moment. So he jumps out of turn number 4. Stanaway's car's really and truly a handful. He is in more trouble than the handling department of this car than you could ever imagine as they move down the back straight here into the top turn, past the time clock, out of turn number 4, down the main straight now. Farrell leads, Stanaway back to Brownie. Mark Brown then back once again to car number 3, Jim Crouch, 52 Peter Adder, Paul Keogh and car number 10 and car number 5 Rod Bright. They have now 2 laps to go, 8 down and 2 to go. And car number 2, Farrell's keeping it together very well. He's done a sensational job. He's driven his little heart out as he thunders down that back straight. Throws the car into Richmond's towing turn. Now look at young Brown. He's trying hard. They jump out of turn number 4. 1 lap to go here at the Speedway City. 1 lap at heat number 9. And look at this. Oh, Dave Fulgrave from Western Australia gets a must. Get out the road, Fulgrave, they say. They jump out of turn number 4 for the last time. Come on, race fans. Put your hands together. Farrell, Stanaway. Oh, Stanaway from Brown. Back there to Crouch. And I tell you what, whew, I bet you Stanaway's happy that heat's over because that car was giving him an absolute wild ride.
Lights are out. Heat 10, Morgan Steel Recycling Australian Speedcar Championship. Craig Smith and Stephen Graham. Hard to give a run past Stephen Graham. Let's see how they go. 10 laps of the journey. Graham gets a flyer into turn 1. Smith is second. Back to Hilda in third. And New Zealand visitors all over the racetrack at the moment. Lance Bill coming through the field at the moment into turn number 4. First time round, Stephen Graham blown away this field so far. Smith is second. It's Hilda in third. 77 car Inslee, our visitor from New Zealand, is back there in 4th position and doing a great job. Down to turn 3 and 4 again. Stephen Graham drive away from this race as the 11 car goes up high. This allows Inslee, who now goes up in a second, wheels banging everywhere. Ken Hilda now. Hilda's now gone up and back into third, dropping Smith. Oh, cars everywhere at the moment. So Inslee, a New Zealand visitor, the aggressor. Dropping back now, the car is slowed. Stephen Graham is disappearing though. Can he make this a perfect night? The number 14, Richard Petty, driving experienced car from New South Wales. Brad Hilda under the back straight. The 87 car back there in third position, onto the front straight again. That's Lance Bill back there in third, so the next New Zealander is up in the third place now as Inslee is slowing down. The former third place New Zealander is on the pole line. He's going to try and finish this race to gather championship points for tomorrow night. For Stephen Graham, half a lap lead. Have a look at this, we've still got 5 laps to go and he's half a lap ahead of these guys, including Hilda, the 87 car of Bill, who's back there in third still. Graham onto the back straight, second and third on the front straight now. Tony Elliot up there now. He's going to go up into third. Clashes wheels with Bill on the back straight. Can the American drive down the back straight? Oh, has to get out of the bucket at the last second. On the front straight again, Hilda now can pull away from Bill and Tony Elliot, who switches up high. He's going to win this and it rides a wheel there for Bill. Almost goes upside down, keeps the car on the deck. Oh, that Inslee car is in the wrong position there. It should be off the racetrack. So still Hilda. Graham is miles ahead. He's going to lap the whole field the way he's going with 1 lap remaining. Will come out this time for him. Our second and third battle is on the back straight with Hilda and Tony Elliot as Stephen Graham gets the white flag, heads on the back straight for the final lap. Second and third cross the finish line now and head off on their final lap. We'll keep an eye on that as Stephen Graham comes through turn 4 on the front straight. Second flag's out on Stephen Graham, takes the win. Look at this second and third battle here now. Elliot drives round the outside. Right round the outside if you don't mind. It takes second off Hilda on the checkered flag. Gets second place. So Tony Elliot finishes second behind Stephen Graham. Brad Hilda will be third. Lance Bill will be fourth.
Green lights go on, they are away and racing. The first one to move away straight away is car number 3, Young Jenkins Jr. And Pope's cars jumping in the air, slipping, sliding, dipping, diving as they go through the top turn. They into that turn very fast. That car's not handling well at all. The shock absorber's not doing the best job, but here comes car number 2-3. That's the West New South Wales guy doing a fantastic job. Darren Jenkins, he is on a mission. He thunders down the back straight, throws the car into Richmond heavy towing turn, and there's heavy going for the race leader at the moment. The car slips, slide, dips and dives as they go down the main straight in car number 18. Michael Pope, then back in second place with Darren Jenkins. Back there to Peter Gent Jr. in car number 3 from Victoria. Les Sawyer from Western Australia, a former international Speedway solo star. As they move down the main straight now, 2 down and 8 to go. And on the outside comes Darren Jenkins. He was the highest point scorer in the recent Australia versus New Zealand America Test Series in New Zealand. And he's doing a fantastic job here once again. Out of turn 4, down the main straight they go. Car number 18, Michael Pope. Look at that car. Man, how does he hang on? It's riding cowboy. Down the back straight it goes. High in the air, that car jumps. The shock absorbers are giving him a wild ride. They come out of turn number 4. Back in second place and going well is Jenkins. Jenkins all over him like a rash. Back in third place and going on very well indeed is Gent Jr. Then we find back there to Lambert. Lambert's come from the back mark. He's up in 4th position. Oh, the Victorian guy is absolutely nearly out of control, young Popey. He is trying so hard. They have 6 down and 4 to go. Jenkins is pouring the pressure on as they come down that back straight into Pitts Bend. And Pope's car slips, slide, dips and dives again. He's too hard. They jump out of turn number 4 and Jenkins grabs the lead. Awesome driving. Absolutely on the JOB. Thunders through Pitts Bend, down the back straight and Jenkins on a mission. The young man from Sydney, New South Wales is absolutely burning up Speedway City here in South Australia. He is unbelievable. Back in second place is Pope. Here comes Lambert, Gent Jr. What a sensational speed car night of racing here at the Australian Speed Car Championship. 1 lap to go on this man-made hell as they thunder down the main straight. Jenkins in 3. Back to Pope. Back there once again to Gent Jr. Lambert. Back to Les Sawyer, number 11. Number 7 going on very well indeed. That's Troy Jordan. But ladies and gentlemen, he's done the hard way. Put your hands together. Troy Jenkins, New first left, back to Michael Pope. Dave Lambert, oh, he's a good driver, that kid, he's smart. Car number 3, Young Gent Jr., back to Les Sawyer and Michael Pope.
It's Oldfield and Peter Burke off the front row, racing. Dean McCallum straight up in the second, but goes out, hits the bottom of the track down into turn 3. They all push together through 3. Have a look at this pass from the 17 car. Out of turn, this is Brett Morris. Down on the bottom, the mini pickers, number 17 car, goes for the race lead. Doesn't want to muck around, he wants to get the points. He wants to go to bed tonight feeling that he's in championship contention. Brent Jamison coming through there too, he's up to 4th. But it's Morrison leads him through. Back the 15 car of Oldfield. Then it's Dean McCallum. Warren Eakins up there. He's got to make hay while the sun shines. He's had a shocking night so far. He wants to make amends for it. Dives down inside. Let's go 3 wide into turn 3. Brent Jamison waiting for something to happen. Morris still leads. Oldfield is 2nd. McCallum 3rd. Eakins 4th. Jamison wants to drive around the outside and take all these guys. Has he got the power? I don't think so. Into turn 3. Jamison up on the high side. Through comes Morris. 2nd is Oldfield, 3rd McCallum. Look at these guys, throw a blanket over him. Jamison's joined in the mix here. Behind them is Patterson. Here comes Jamison this time. 5 laps remaining for Brent Morris as he comes on the start-finish line again. The mini pickers 17 car. About a length of the straight lead back to Jamie Oldfield and Dean McCallum. It's a WA 2 and 3 at the moment. On the back straight. Warren Eakins and Brent Jamison. Now the back guys have all closed in on this battle. Through comes Morris, a 14.97. Oldfield and McCallum starting to pull away from Eakins, Jamison and the 3 car. Turn 3 is where the action is. Have a listen now for Oldfield. McCallum now closes the gap up on the front straight. Oldfield still got the measure into turn 1. Eakins and Jamison still going there. Ken Jamison driving around the outside of the Eakins car. The Queensland 63 car, former 4 times Australian speed car champion. Into turn 3 and 4. Front straight's where it's at. Let's look for Morris. He's in turn 3 and 4. Oldfield is still 2nd. McCallum 3rd. Morris is in lap traffic. The 69 car getting in the way there. That'll be Michael Rinkin. Still Oldfield and McCallum. Look at Jamison now. Still can't get around Warren Eakins. This time gives him a shot down the back straight. Says, hurry up, I want to go forward. You're costing me points. Brent Morris takes the win. 2nd will be Oldfield. 3rd will be McCallum. Back to Eakins, Jamison, the 3 car of Glazebrook, and the rest of the field. National feature time. The 2 Millers are leading them away. 15 laps up on the board thanks to Revolution Race Gear, the world's biggest speedway brand and Australia's best prices. On the back straight, first time, it's Michael Miller. From Ricky Maiolo, Dennis Miller, Brian Chadwick, Pierre Ensign, Morris Velots. Out of the event already. Disappointing run for the Sydney Dismantler's team tonight. Michael Miller leads them through. Ricky Maiolo is 2nd. Dennis Miller 3rd, Brian Chadwick. The usual suspects at the front. Behind them is Edson, Hallman, Sales, Alex Petts and John McKay. Into turn 3 and 4. On the front straight now. Michael Miller and Ricky Maiolo down the front straight into turn 1. Dennis Miller under siege from Chadwick and Edson. Ballman and Sales back there. Lots of little groups starting to develop early on in this race with 13 laps ready to go. Making 12 this time round. This race run at cracker pace. On the front straight, Michael Miller been dominating all night out here with Dennis Miller doing a great job too back there in 3rd. Very consistent run tonight. We don't usually see Dennis Miller up that high. Great to see him up there. Pierre Ensign back there in 4th. Brian Chadwick is still in 5th position. Back to Sales in the ex-Mick Brorum number 2 car. He's in turn 3. A leader, he's on the front straight heading towards turn number 1. Ricky Maiolo still back in 2nd. We'll let those guys go for a while and watch 3rd, 4th and 5th as Edson now sets underneath Dennis Miller, gets the drive out of turn 3, heads down into turn 3 this time, and he's taken 3rd position. Takes 3rd position off Dennis Miller. Miller left the door open now for Chadwick at the same time. Oh, Dennis Miller going back into the moment. Meantime, teammate Michael Miller is ahead. He's in turn 3. Coming through turn 3 and 4 on the front straight with 9 laps remaining. Maiolo losing touch effectively with our race leader. Edson still back in 3rd. Chadwick and Miller clashing down the front straight. Behind him is Sales. Waiting for something to happen between these 2 guys up in front. On the front straight now comes our leaders with 8 laps remaining. Very consistent, very smooth running from all these AMCA Nationals guys. On what has been an awesome first night of the Australian Speedcar Championship. Let's pick up some more battles. Back in 4th is still Chadwick with 5th, and closing now is Dennis Miller, 6th is Sales, who's joined us back to the group. Alex Petts pulls infield, wants to come back on the track. I don't know what's happening down here. The Blair Up Auto Parts number 6 car finally comes back on the track as our leader is on the back straight. They're comfortably pulling away now. Edson still back there in 3rd position. 6 laps remaining this time as they come on the front straight. Miller, Michael Miller, Ricky Maiolo, Pierre Edson and Brian Chadwick. That's your top 4. Then it's back to Dennis Miller and Keith Sales. That is your top 6 with what? 6 laps remaining. Michael Miller now in turn 3. Maiolo now, there's a lap car of lead separating these two. Maiolo want to get through if he wants to make something happen in this race. 5 laps remaining this time as they head into turn 2 down to the back straight again. Pierre Edson starting to blow smoke again. The number 3 car, Chadwick's got around him. He's going to pull infield, so Edson is out of the event. Bad luck there for our 3rd place runner. He's going to pull infield and out of the race. Michael Miller, meantime, in lap traffic. He goes underneath Keith Ebbs. Ricky Maiolo now is losing touch. He's out of this. I think he can't make anything happen until he gets past Keith Ebbs. So Brian Chadwick is still 3rd. This promotes Keith Sales up to 4th. A great drive from Keith Sales in position 4. Could he make 3? Only time will tell. Our leaders are in turn 1 and 2 on the back straight again with 3 laps. 3 laps remaining. Into turn 3 again. Race going very, very quickly. Maiolo now needs to go inside the 45 car of Stewie Pope. Michael Miller's in turn 1 as Tuttle goes off down there in turn 2. Passing flag being held out now. Keith Ebbs' car slowing down on the front straight here. Let's watch our leaders. Maiolo now. White flag comes out this time for Michael Miller. White flag is out for Michael Miller. He crosses the start-finish line. Heads off on his last lap of Speedway City. Into turn 1 and 2. Maiolo out of touch. Can't do anything about it. Chadwick is still 3rd. Sales is still 4th. Miller is still 5th, being Dennis Miller. Checkered flag coming out this time. Puts your hands together for Michael Miller. Taking out the feature for the AMCA Nationals. Ricky Maiolo will be 2nd, the 21 car. 3rd, long, long way back. Look at these two clashing. Could it be Sales? No, he finishes just behind Chadwick. Bit of damage there, bit of poly damage to the side of the 41 car. So Chadwick gets 3rd, Sales gets 4th. Racing this time. Let's watch our early action in turn 1. Easy surface at the moment. These guys will take the top off this surface. It's Michael Miller leading out of turn 2. Stuman is 2nd, McKay 3rd. Chadwick, that's Brian Chadwick 4th, under attack from Greg Evans. They come into turn 3 for the first time and onto the front straight in front of a very big crowd here at Adelaide Speedway City. It is Michael Miller leading down into turn 1 and pulling away. 2nd is Stuman, 3rd is McKay, 4th is Brian Chadwick, Greg Evans, Keith Sales, Brett Chadwick at the back of the field, Keith Duggan. Into turn 3. The Sunset playing attack on the driver's vision at the moment. Michael Miller sets the car up for the mid-track out of 4 onto the front straight now. Crosses the start-finish line at 19.68. Not indicative of their times at the moment. They're getting this track prepared now. The sun is starting to go away. The cooler conditions are back. Stuman now under attack from Brian Chadwick. Now look at these guys tap dancing their way out of turn 2 down into turn 3. Michael Miller's on to turn 4. He's pulling away from these guys further and further ahead with 5 laps remaining at 19.77 this time. He heads off down into turn number 1. Stuman now, look at Brian Chadwick all over him like a cheap suit, looking to get some drive off the mid-track line. Behind him McKay, Brett Chadwick coming through the field here now. He's passed 3 cars from the back of the field. And the sun's come right out. He'll be playing with these drivers' eyes. Down into turn 1. This is Michael Miller. Brian Chadwick still 2nd. He's got around the outside of John Stuman in car number 11. Behind them, McKay under attack from Keith Duggan from Duggan Family Hotels, number 85 car from New South Wales. In fact, goes underneath the 22 car on the back straight. Our first 3 guys now evenly spaced, but keep your eyes on Keith Duggan in the 85 car. He's gone up high into turn 3 and 4 on the front straight now. 2 laps remaining for our race leader. He's on the back straight. That's Michael Miller. Brian Chadwick losing touch now. He won't get a race win here unless it unforeseen happens to the Michael Miller car. He's out in front. White flag out this time. My apologies. Next time round here, Bullets playing tricks on us this early in the night. Let's get it out of the way. Michael Miller on the back straight again. Brian Chadwick is still 2nd place. Have a look at Keith Duggan now in the back of the John Stuman car in 3rd place. Can Duggan do anything about this? We don't know. This time white flag out for Michael Miller. The NZ Cooler Cab number 1 car. He's into turn 1 for the final time. Second is still Brian Chadwick. Third, and about to lose third, is John Stewart as Keith Duggan drives underneath the number 11 Lawn Serve car into turn number 1. It's all been running one up in front here. It's Michael Miller coming out of turn 4. Takes the checkered flag in heat number 1 of the AMCA Nationals tonight on Speedcar Championship night.
So the green lights go on. Away and racing Paul Keogh from Western Australia straight away. Mark Brown very quickly in the stride as the yellow lights come on. And someone has broken the start.
I think Peter Adelaide there. He dived. He tried to take off here. The car just went backwards.
Peter Adelaide still having troubles. I mentioned that would really shatter him because he prides himself on presenting excellent racing machinery. To get here tonight after probably working all day, and if they find they're about to start the car, they have a few problems.
Almost three-car racing for Eastern Creek in New South Wales, Peter Adelaide.
Yep, in the World Series on a couple of occasions. No, he's not happy with that car, so he's quite obviously gone to the rear of the field because he doesn't want to bring the field undone. So here we find now, they're away and racing once again, and it's car number 2. Quickly into stride at the lead there as they go into the top turn. This car is doing a great job as Paul Farrell from Victoria, then back in second place is Paul Keogh, Mark Brown. They jump out of turn number 4 down the Speedway City. Time clock tells the story of speed. 1 down and 9 to go in heat number 13 of the Smorgon Steel Recyclers Australian Speedway Championship at Speedway City in beautiful Adelaide, South Australia. Out of turn number 4 once again. This young man doing a fantastic job leading this event. Paul Keogh in second place. Mark Brown never lands up in 5th place in car number 14. Then we find the other guy in Tim Crouch from South Australia. So there's plenty of action here on the raceway at the moment as they thunder down the main straight now. Car number 2, the Victorian driver, still leading this event, doing a good job. That's Paul Farrell. Now Mark Brown's grabbed second place. So he's on the way now. Paul Keogh drops back to 3rd place. Then back then once again and doing along well. Tim Crouch and Big Rev Netherlands from Western Australia still languishing back in around about 5th position, but just trying to get the feel of his race car. They go through the top turn, down the back straight, past the Richmond Heavy towing sign, out of turn number 4, Peter Adelaide being lapped by our race leader, the Queensland car number 2. So that was doing a great job. That's Ken Stanaway. Ken Stanaway, the race leader, leading down the main straight, the back straight now. He's doing a fantastic job in second place and doing a very good job as Mark Brown back in 3rd place now. Paul Keogh, good driving in the part of Netherlands. He's jumped up into 4th position now. So Netherlands is on the march now. They have 3 laps left to go. 3 laps left to go as they jump out of turn number 4. Ken Stanaway, the race leader from Queensland, back in 2nd place is Mark Brown. Further back in 3rd place and going along very well as Paul Keogh. Then further back once again to Netherlands. Smoke bellows from the race car. Netherlands has lost the motor. The motor has blown, you can see that. So he has lost his 2nd motor for the season. Look at this now, they're all matched. Look at Mark Brown in 42. They have 2 laps left to go. Mark Brown in the green and white car, 42. The race leader, car number 2. That driver Stanaway. They jump out of turn number 4. The white flag is out. 1 lap to go here at Speedway City in the Smorgon Steel Recyclers Australian Speedcar Championship. Heat number 13. Down the back straight for last time. Stanaway throws the car at the top turn. Oh, look at Mark Brown. He comes in. Slips fly. Did and died. Out of turn number 4 across the line. Stanaway across the line first. Back down to 42 Brown. Then Paul Keogh and car number 10. A great drive. Then back to car number 2 in Paul Farrell. Then car number 5 finishing across there very well indeed. But a tremendous drive that time for the young boy from Queensland.
He's going to lead him up to the white line. Off turn 4, we're green. Tony Elliot goes around the outside of Sean Inslee on the back straight for the first time. Drives round the Kiwi down to turn 3. It's a drag race into turn 3 for the first time. Look at Stephen Graham up high under 14 car. On the front straight is Tony Elliot. Inslee, the 89 car behind there, Mark Cooper. Behind him is Lance Field. The Smoking Joe number 11 car pulls infield, allows Stephen Graham up into 5th. Into turn number 3. It's all Tony Elliott so far. The front 4 closed right up out of turn 4. On the front straight, Tony Elliott leads down into turn 1. Second is Inslee. Third is Mark Cooper. Fourth is Lance Field. Behind them is Graham. Slowly bringing these guys in. 2 laps down. Let's go in. 7 laps remaining this time out of turn 4. It's still Tony Elliot pulling away from this field. Inslee second, Cooper third. Back to Lance Beale in fourth, under attack from Stephen Graham. He needs to make up points out of this. He's come off the back row in this final heat. Into turn 3 and 4 this time. Second is a battle now for 4, make it 5 cars. And this is letting our race leader, Tony Elliot, pull further and further away. Elliot onto the back straight now. 5.5 laps remaining. He's in turn 3 now. Inslee is still second, Cooper third, Beale fourth, Graham behind there in fifth. Let's keep an eye on these guys. They go into turn 1 again. Inslee goes up mid-track. Look at these guys throw a blanket over these top 5 guys at the moment. Elliot has disappeared. He's out of this challenge out of turn 4 now, on the front straight. It's a 5-car battle for second now with Inslee, Cooper, Beale, Graham, and the 95 car back there of Grant Grady. On the back straight, this race run the cracker pace. The American Tony Elliot into turn 4. Comes past the start finish line again. 3 laps remaining this time, and look at Mark Cooper now going to the inside of Sean Inslee. Can't make it happen there. Inslee's got plenty of drive through the mid-track onto the back straight. Stephen Graham now looking under Lance Beale in the 87. Ed Pink Ford powered motor car from New Zealand. 2 laps to go now for the American Tony Elliot. He's in turn 1. Inslee is still second. Cooper third. Beale in fourth. Graham behind there in 5th place. White flag out this time for Tony Elliot. He's out of turn 4 on the front straight. White flag out. Tony Elliot is in turn 1. Inslee is still second. Cooper third. Beale in fourth. Graham shows him a wheel. Can't make anything happen. The door slams shut in his face. Speedway City, put your hands together for Heat 14 winner Tony Elliot. All the way from America takes the win. Sean Inslee is second from New Zealand. And third will be Cooper just from Lance Beale. Fourth is Graham. And fifth is Grady behind them.
Peter Craft, Chief Stewart from New South Wales, out of turn 4. The green lights go on and away and racing straight away. It's young David Lambert from New South Wales leading in the top turn. The car slide. Gibson dives back in second place. It's Carter 11. Troy Jordan by you. That's a good car too. Then the young South Australian Kim Cottrell. They jump out of turn 4 down the main straight again. 1 down and 9 to go. And Lambert's done a fantastic job last night. He's continuing on here going tonight. Then back to Troy Jordan and car number 11. Car number 18 back there and going well as Michael Pope. So some tremendous speed car racing here at the moment. Back there to car number 16 going along very well. And that driver's Mark George. Young Mark George between the other young driver doing a great job. And we find out at turn number 4, Dave Lambert doing a good job. He's getting faster and faster. 14.82nd lap that time. So don't be surprised if this race doesn't get amongst the high numbers again as far as last time. The drivers have really got themselves dialed in. They move down the main straight. Lambert out in front. Back in second place is Jordan from Victoria. Then car number 16, young Mark George. Then we find car number 3, Darren Jenkins, who has done a fantastic job from New South Wales. He has been a man to watch all night. And car number 7 from South Australia, the Northern Territory, Cameron Robertson, found the going too tough. So they move to the halfway mark, 9 down and 9 to go. And Lambert's getting stronger and stronger as he jumps out of turn number 4. Claude with more time. He's going away from his field. A 14.92nd lap that time. So the race and track is dialing in beautifully. People at home on the internet, we welcome you sincerely. Hope you're enjoying the Morgan Australian Cycling Speedcar Championship. They have now 4 laps to go. Dave Lambert out in front of second place man Troy Jordan, back to Mark George and young Darren Jensen, car number 3. This is going to be a great battle. 77, it's Les Sawyer from Western Australia. Then we find back to car number 6, Kim Cottrell. But there is a 49. Dave Lambert's run out of noise as we hit the car at the fence here. Time clock will tell the story of speed as the green light goes on once again. Then we find back in second place is Jordan. Then we find car number 16, Mike George, and young Darren Jenkins. And I tell you what, the pace is absolutely a firecracker here tonight. It is an intense action here with 1 lap to go in heat number 2. No, they've got 2 laps to go now. So the drivers have been set around that 1 lap. The time clock is clear. Some of the little gremlins has. This time through they'll get the white flag to indicate to the field 1 lap to go. So out of turn number 4, Dave Lambert from New South Wales, back to car number 11. That's Jordan back there once again to 16 George and Darren Jensen Jenkins. But there's no doubt about this young man. He's gone from go to woe. Out of turn number 4, please put your hands together for car number 4. second place car number 11, and in third place car number 16. Of course, the last lap was done in 14:77.
Let's watch him down to turn 1. The WA 3 car, Scotty Glazebrook, gets the early race lead, but look at Warren Eakins. A madman in the 63 car. He wants to make up big points. He wants 401 of them baked for the tonight's Australian Championship. Out of turn 4, it's Warren Eakins. Leads him through, back to Scotty Glazebrook. Brent Jamieson up to third. John in the 17 car of Morris. John Emma's mean Dean McCallum back there in 5th position. The rest of Phil Stainer fall away. The cream rises to the top here in heat 16. Off turn 4, it's Warren Eakins. Glazebrook is second. Back to Jamieson third. Morris is fourth. And McCallum in 5th position. That is your top 5 order at the moment. On the back straight in turn number 3. Off turn 4. On the pole line, it's Warren Eakins. 7 laps remaining, a 14.80 for Warren Eakins in the 63 car. The track is getting faster and faster every time these guys go out. Into turn 3, Warren Eakins holding Scotty Glazebrook at bay out of turn 4. Third is Brent Jamieson still. Behind him is Morris and McCallum. That's the top 5 with 6 laps remaining. 14.83 this time for the 63 car from Queensland of Warren Eakins. 4 times Australian Speedcar champion. Into turn 3 and 4, under the front straight away. Cars bouncing their way down into turn number 1, into 2. Glazebrook is still second. It's a bottom out of the corner there of turn 2. This gives Eakins some breathing space. This time 4 laps remaining. These guys are running this fast pace at the moment. 4 laps remaining, a 14.90. Very consistent for Warren Eakins, just showing him why he is 4 times Australian Speedcar champion. Into turn 3. 3 and a bit laps remaining. Scotty Glazebrook, has he got an answer? Only time will tell. Behind him is Brent Jamieson, Brent Morris and Dean McCallum rounding out the top 5. But Glazebrook's on the back straight now. 2 and a bit laps remaining. In through the Richmond heavy towing turn for the 7th, 8th time. Eakins crosses the start finish line of 14.92. Mr. Consistency is Warren Eakins. He's on the back straight. He's going to put a lap on Ben Weesey in the Alf Camelot number 7 car. Plays in very quick. Out of turn 4, white flag is out now for Warren Eakins. Crosses the start finish line, heads off on his final lap. Glazebrook is still second. Third is Jamieson, who actually rubbed the wall there on the front straight. As he hits on the back straight, but coming out of turn 3 and 4 this time. Put your hands together. 4 times Australian champion Warren Eakins takes out heat 16, the final heat. Second will be Glazebrook, third will be Jamieson, fourth will be Morris, and fifth will be McCallum. The Parcel Express taxi truck and courier expert specialist down at Regency Park, Charlie Kovacs, working with me next door here tonight. At Adelaide Speedway City's Morris Ballot sets the rolling pace down the front straight. And it was a very slow build-up for these guys, as this bit of mind game's been played. So it's Morris Ballot's the early race leader out of turn 2, leads Keith Ebbs, Dennis Miller, Ricky Mayolo, Matty Crimmins, Wallman, Pets and Tuttle. The rest of the field this stage into turn 3 and 4. Oh, hold your breath for Matty Crimmins, almost turned himself around. It's Morris Ballot's leading. Had a disappointing feature race run last night in the 48 City Dismantler's car. Currently leading this race out of turn 2. Behind him is Keith Ebbs in the Main North Crash Repairs. Number 8 car. Still in third place is Dennis Miller, but under attack from not only Ricky Mayolo, and in fact, as I say it, they both go around together to go to the back of the bus. Dennis Miller drives across the infield, shortens the Speedway City surface, and comes back in 4th position. Ricky Mayolo back into 7th. Tuttle at the back of the field at this stage. Down into turn 3 again. The front 3 start to close up. This is Ballot's, Keith Ebbs and Matty Crimmins. That's your top 3 as they cross the start finish line with 5 laps remaining. Lapping in the mid 18-second range. Matty Crimmins right up high. In fact, he's going to go around here. If he doesn't pull that car up, he's going to lose ground out of turn 3. He's going to lose his battle now. But Dennis Miller will go around the outside. But they both go up. Oh, look at Qualman. Cars go there. In fact, Qualman goes around. Very messy speedway racing there down to turn 3. Qualman goes around. He's back. Stop the car. Big track in turn 2, 3. Off turn 4, Morris Ballot's to set the pace. Everything's sorted now. Ballot's leads him down into turn 1 for the first time during the restart. Second is Ebbs, third is Dennis Miller. Back on them, Foreman, Pence, Tuttle and Ricky Mayolo. Car 10 and Matty Crimmins been sent infield. 3 laps remaining now for pole man and current race leader Morris Ballot, who drove around the mid-track line and didn't even get the car sideways. It's using quite a unique line. Watching him down into turn 1 and 2, just drives that car mid-track, and he's right away this field at 18.45 that time round for Morris Ballot. He's down in turn 3 as Dennis Miller's up in the second now, passes Keith Ebbs to the number 8 car. There's still lots of drive on this track. This track is perfect for speed cars tonight. Later on, the AMCA national guys are finding drive all sorts of racetrack. As I say, Keith Ebbs goes right up in the marbles on the back straight. Behind him is Borman, Pence, Tuttle and Ricky Maiolo at the back of the field. On the front straight, white flag is out this time for the Sinus Mantler's car of Morris Malotz. He's in turn 2 now. Dennis Miller has not got an answer in the NZ Cooler Cab car. Keith Ebbs is under attack from Mick Borman in the 4 car, the Blair Auto Parts car. Can he make something happen in turn 3? He's only got 1 corner to do it. Meantime, Morris Malotz takes out heat 2 of the AMCA Nationals. Across the line, second is Dennis Miller. Third is Keith Ebbs, Mick Borman, Alex Pence, Tuttle and Ricky Maiolo at the back of the field. You see yourself, Tom, going across the double board in this thing.
No, I couldn't.
Here he goes.
Here we are, kids. Fantastic.
Oh, we can't hear him. Quick way to leave a car park at any packed-out event for sure. Whether you're leaving the footy, rugby, or even the Speedway.
Imagine the peak out traffic.
Oh, great fun. Off turn 4. Brett Chadwick gets the hammer down and takes off. Down to turn 1, first time Brett Chadwick leads them into turn number 1, onto the back straight. Brian Chadwick with the Smoking Joe 41 car there. I hope that's not terminal. We've seen blow an engine last time out here at Speedway City. Michael Miller straight up the field already. He's passed 4 cars. He runs 4th. Now goes up into 3rd. That's why this man is state champion. Inverts the car in turn number 1. Brian Chadwick still is 3rd. I think for a short amount of time now as Michael Miller hosed down to number 41 car into turn number 3. Out of turn 3 on the front straight. It's Brett Chadwick driving away from this race. Keith Duggan 2nd. Brian Chadwick 3rd. Michael Miller 4th. Keith Sales 5th. John McKay behind there with John Stewman and Greg Evans. That is your order at the moment with 5 laps remain as Brett Chadwick comes out of turn 4. Lightning fast number 7 car goes past us down into turn 1 again. Duggan is still 2nd in the 85 car. We're watching them on screen as they go into the back straight. Chadwick, that's Brian Chadwick in 3rd place. Michael Miller still can't get an answer for this driver in the 41 car. Look at now, 41, Brian Chadwick close in. In fact, gives the 85 car a how's your father on the front straight down into turn 1 again. This is Nick Tyne leading our race leader. Brett Chadwick just drive away with this race. This time has Brian Chadwick got the pace. Gives the number 85 car a nudge. Just allows Michael Miller and Keith Sales to close in. Out of turn 4. Brett Chadwick at 17.87, very quick time there for the number 7 Brett Chadwick car. Keith Duggan in more trouble than the early settlers out of turn 2, leading Brian Chadwick and Michael Miller. Michael Miller now sets the car up, the door's been left open by Brian Chadwick. Can't make hay while the sun shines at this stage. Off turn 4, 2 laps remaining for our race leader, boring away with this race lead at this stage. On the back straight, Keith Duggan is still 2nd, Brian Chadwick behind, Michael Miller all over him like a cheap suit. White flag out this time for Brett Chadwick in the number 7 car. He comes past, acknowledges the white flag. Duggan is still 2nd. Chadwick is now losing touch with 2nd place man Duggan. He's under attack from the Michael Miller car in number 1. Behind them, Keith Sales, very impressive in the number 20 car. Race man's off turn number 4. Race leader, race winner, Brett Chadwick. Takes out heat 3 of the M cars with an 18.14 on the final lap. Keith Duggan across the line with a very soft looking right rear. And have a look at that, Brian Chadwick just held out. Michael Miller there for 3rd place. On a freshly prepared Speedway City surface, off turn 4. Matty Crimmins gets the early race lead. Down into turn number 1 for the first time, yellows are on. Yellows are on down here. Charlie Kovacs up here next to us in the commentary box. He's giving us the false start move up here too. Front 2 guys getting smacked on the hands. Let's try again. Take 2, event 10. Revolution Race Gear AMCA Nationals on Speedcar Championship night. Down to turn number 1, Matty Crimmins gets the early hold shot out of turn 2. On the back straight, Alex Pence is 2nd. Here comes Ricky Maiolo in the 21 car. Corman behind there in the 4. Ebbs, Dennis Miller, Morris Malotz and Tuttle at the back of the field. Front straight action. Matty Crimmins, the Tyre Power Blackwood number 10 car, down into turn number 1. Alex Pence is still 2nd, in fact goes around all on his own. All on his own out of turn 2 is Alex Pence. That moves Ricky Mayolo up into second place now. Gorman is still third. Ebbs fourth. Everybody's moved up. Alex Pest in the back of the field. Down into turn one now. Matty Crimmins driving away with this race lead. Mayolo is second, under siege from the 4-car of Gorman. Back behind them two is Keith Ebbs losing touch with this battle for second and third. Behind him Dennis Miller, Morris Valance and Justin Tuttle. Front straight, Matty Crimmins, 18.51 with 5 remaining. Up on the Morgan Steel Recyclers scoreboard, out of turn 2. Ricky Mayolo is still under attack, but he's holding this 21 active motor in his car.
Just hold on to it beautifully, man.
Oh. Look at Keith Ebbs, these two have a bit of a no-to-go on the back straight. In fact, Dennis Miller has stopped on the racetrack. This is going to ruin the race lead now for Matty Crimmins. Yellows are on as Gorman and Mayolo have a bit of a clash and trade tyre marks on the side of each other's cars, giving their crew plenty of work to do during the week. Away we go this time, down into turn 1. Out of turn 2 onto the back straight now. Matty Crimmins leads him into turn 3. Second is Mayolo. He's got a chance now to take this race lead. Making up a closing gap on this out of 4. It's Crimmins the race leader, back to Mayolo. Woolman, Dennis Miller, Morris Valance, Justin Tuttle, Alex Pence, Keith Ebbs at the back of the field. Back straight action. Onto the front straight now is Matty Crimmins in the number 10 car. He leads him through into turn number 1. Ricky Mayolo is still second. Woolman third. Miller is back there in 4th position. Morris Valance. Into turn number 1 now. Crimmins with white flag out display this time. Mayolo's on the back straight. He's going to stay second. Woolman will stay third. Valance is still 4th. That's how they'll finish. On the front straight, checkered flags out on the number 10 car. Matty Crimmins takes out heat 4 of the Revolution Race Gear AMCA Nationals. Second is Mayolo, third is Gorman, 4th is Valance, 5th is Miller, 6th is Tuttle, 7th Pence, and 8th is car 8 Keith Ebbs.
Green lights go on and a very good start as they go into the main straight. And now the Stu wants to get into the act. Cut it out, Peter. Give us a break. And Right, so the car's coming around once again. Start of the knockouts. McCallum or Morris going to improve their positions. The green light goes on, a great start that time indeed. McCallum, the last off-season in the United States of America, is a very talented young driver. His father, Ken McCallum, is again a very talented spanner man. He's got 1 lap to go. And then McCallum getting himself a better starting position. He keeps the performance going this way. McCallum 21 from Western Australia out of turn number 4. And the Speedway City time clock tells the story is clear 15:35 second lap. Green lights are on and it's McCallum straight away into the lead as they go into the top turn. But Morris Lambert just moves him out of the road that time as they move down the back straight. So is Dave Lambert, the New South Welshman, out in front now. He comes out of turn number 4, 1 lap to go. And it's Lambert, he is on a mission and he has been very fast here over the last 2 nights. And if he can keep improving, no doubt you'll see this young man move up into the field when it comes to the start of the Speedcar title for 2004. Put your hands together for Dave Lambert from New South Wales first. Roderick there making sure they started properly. The green light goes on and away and racing. And it's immediately Stanaway, the Queenslander. So it looks like the Montier now have decided to not let that start. From our position, our broadcast position, that was a pretty neat line-up. Well, I don't know why they're pointing the finger at Stanaway because, in my opinion, he's done a pretty good job. So maybe man down there on the infield might need a set of goggles. So here they come around once again. Queenslander Stanaway on the outside. New South Welshman Dave Lambert. Start once again and Stanaway the Queenslander and I've probably seen him rear the field now.
Well, I don't see that happening there. He's the lead man.
Yeah. Around again. Once again. And, oh, well, now the other guy jumped the start. See what they'll do this time. Oh, no, they'll keep going.
Let him go.
Out of turn number 2 now, down the back straight. Dave Lambert, the New South Welshman, moving out of turn number 4 now. 1 down and 1 to go in New South Wales 4. Top turn, young Queenslander back in second spot, and out of the final turn, once again, please put your hands together for Dave Lambert, car number 4 in a 14:30.81 second lap. Speedway City time clock will tell the story of speed, and a very good start that time. David Lambert takes the lead in the top turn, Graham back in second place. As they move down the back straight now, Lambert, this young man, is a very talented driver, and he knows what it's all about. He's driven consistently well all weekend. As they now move to the top turn, Dave Lambert doing a fantastic job. Out of turn number 2, down the back straight, heading into the Richmond Heavy towing turn number 3 as they jump out of 4 and across the line. It's Dave Lambert. Dave Lambert winning his second of the series as the green lights come on, and again we find the American driver taking the lead. Lambert tries to fight underneath him. He doesn't have the power, so down the back straight, Elliot's car is very fast tonight. The Buckeye Bullet Lambert's lost it, knowing he's regains the control of the model. The car now probably just going off slightly. The tyres are slipping down that bottom groove there. Elliot driving very well indeed as he moves down into the top turn for the last time. And out of turn number 4 will come across the line first Tony Elliot from the United States of America. Lambert back in second place. Green light goes on, and it's Tony Elliot straight away in the lead as they go to the top turn. Jenkins has the 10-second spot at the moment as they move down the back straight into Richmond Heavy towing turn number 3. Now Jenkins gets the speed on, they jump out of 4 down the main straight. 1 lap to go here at the Speedway City in South Australia. Jenkins rides back on the outside now, drops the concrete turn run, but it's the American driver, Elliot. Elliot is in top form, and he's going to improve his starting positions across the line now in first position. So Jenkins has dropped from the front row to the second row for the start of the feature. The green light goes on, they are away and racing, and it's the American boy Troy and Brown on the outside. He's got this car sorted out beautifully, and it's running extremely well as they drop into the Richmond Heavy towing turn. Out of turn 4, down the main straight, 1 to go. 1 lap to go, and Mark Brown now past the American as they move down the back straight for the last time. So ladies and gentlemen, it's the man, the Buckeye Bullet. Looks like he's going to take, oops, he just a run out of noise, but he'll go across the line first. Tony Elliot first, and second place was Mark Brown. So please put your hands together for Tony Elliot. So Tony Elliot and Mark Brown share the front row for Sportland Steel Recyclers Australian Speedcar Championship. Of Speedcar Fury, out on turn 4 and the green light goes on. A great start as Scott Glazeman from Western Australia goes quickly to the lead. Then the Kiwi Inslee fights back on the outside. Peter Eddard finds it going to the top, and the Kiwi driver grabs the lead. They jump out of turn number 4 and down the main straight. Inslee out in front for Kiwi. Back to Scotty Glazebrook. Then back to Western Australia 77. Les Sawyer, back to Queensland 16, Mark George, with the Kiwi driver in the speed car that is very fast, $75,000 worth of motor, and he is driving it like it's worth that every cent of it. Look at young Les Sawyer, the former International Speedway solo star, up in third place, driving extremely well. Glazebrook back in second place, and in third place and going very hard indeed is that young man. Then back to 16, Mark George, then back to 95, Grant Craney. Oh, there's plenty of action here on the raceway. The man Victoria through Peter Jenkins there. He's been in more trouble in the early seconds throughout this night, but they jump out of turn number 4. They have completed 3 laps now and 11 to go in the B main for the Australian Speedcar Championship. Inslee, the Kiwi, out in front, back in second place, and Western Australia. Scotty Glazebrook back to Mark George. Les Sawyer's now dropped back in the 4th position. The West Australian driver with a sensational speed car. The Wild and the speed car brigade. Oh, Les Sawyer's done an awesome job. He's grabbed 3rd place once again. Down the back straight they go. The young West Australian's done a sensational job. Mark George has lost his composure. 95 Grant Drainey's now grabbed into that position. So the race leader now is Scott Glazebrook. What a drive from Scotty Glazebrook. Beam us up as we thunder down the back straight. Throw the car into the Richmond heavy towing turn as the yellow lights come on. Oh yes. Oh yes sirree. Scott Glazebrook, 21 years of age, from Maddington in Western Australia. The Maddington Mauler, we call him. No, he's not. He's just a mighty fine young man. This gentleman, and he's done a sensational job in the stewarding department this weekend. We give him a couple of ribs every now and again, but he has done an awesome job. And the drivers have also done a fantastic job of driving. Here they go. Again, the green light's about to come on as they come past the witch's hat between the hat and the safety fence, and the race leader once again is Scott Glazebrook. Into the Kiwi. Oh, and one car's upside down. It's Dave Fulgrave from Western Australia. Big Dave Fulgrave.
Car at the fence too there,
There's another car at the fence that lost the wheel. 9 laps away from his chance to get into the Australian Speedcar Championship final. Away they go, and the green light goes on as Scotty Glazebrook now. It's the Kiwi driver on the inside, but it's Scott Glazebrook putting the claw on the floor, and he thunders down the back straight. Throws the car into the tough turn. Out of turn 4 and down the main straight he goes. And car number 3 from Western Australia. 71 Inslee, then back to 77 from WA. Les Sawyer, Les Sawyer's driving the sensational speed car race. Remember, 4 guys transferred to the A main. They jumped out of turn number 4 once again as Les Sawyer got himself slightly sideways, regained the control of the model, and Scott Glazebrook now with 7 laps to go in the B main in the Australian Speed Car Championship is looking very, very strong. Out of turn 4 he goes. He goes down very calculating. The track a little bit rough, about half track high, but the young fella from Western Australia certainly carrying home the bacon for the black and gold. Out of turn 4, 5 laps away from home. Now they have done 10 laps with 5 to go. Scotty Glazebrook in 7, number 3 from Western Australia, 77 from New Zealand. Sean Inslee on the outside, then back to 77 from Western Australia. Les Sawyer back to Queensland, 95 Grant Drainey. So they have now 4 laps to go. Glazebrook's getting further ahead. Now Les Sawyer starts to challenge the Kiwi driver. They started to get tired. The track's rough and hard, and it's very strong, powerful, muscle men that race these cars. You've got to be brave. You've got to be strong. Glazebrook's now a quarter of a lap ahead of the 2nd place man in Inslee. Then back in 3rd place is 77. That driver's Les Sawyer. Back to Drainey. Now we find Mark Cooper, the New South Walesman, with 2 laps to go. 4 men go transferred to the A main. Scotty Glazebrook 1.5 laps away. Then back in 2nd place, Inslee Les Sawyer from Western Australia. 1 lap to go for Scott Glazebrook. And Scott Glazebrook, the West Australian driver. In 2nd place, man Inslee from New Zealand. Then back to Les Sawyer from Western Australia. Drainey from Queensland. Here comes Mark Cooper on the outside, the New South Wales. They go down the back. Come on, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together. WA3, Scotty Glazebrook. Back in 2nd place, Inslee, the drive of his life tonight. Car number 77 from Western Australia, Les Sawyer. Oh yes, what a drive. 95 there, Grant Drainey, then Mark Cooper. All are coming in there so hard and fast. A sensational race. Come on, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together.
Gunny's about to give the green. We are green this time. Let's watch the early leaders into turn 1. It's peak hour. Turn 2, the action. It's Michael Miller leading them out of turn 2. Malotz is 2nd, Duggan is 3rd, Brett Chapman wants to punch the door open and move up into 3rd. These guys are getting away very, very quickly. It's Michael Miller leads them through with 14 laps remaining. Into turn 1. Out of 2, the track looking fat. Down the back straight is Duggan still 3rd, Brett Chapman 4th, Dennis Miller 5th, Ricky Maiolo 6th, Matty Crimmins 7th. Into turn 4, onto the front straight this time, with 13 remaining, and a 17.79 for Michael Miller. Into turns 1 and 2, onto the back straight. Morris Balots, these guys are pulling away now from third and fourth. That being Keith Duggan, and Brett Chadwick is set sail for third position now. Oh, I can't get around there. The door slaps and is shut. Car goes around there. That'll be Corman in the 4 car. Goes to the infield, come back out. Right at the back of this group. Onto the back straight, Michael Miller. Down into turn 3. The Richmond heavy towing turn number 3. Out of turn 4 onto the front straight. Morris Balots is still second, but getting the gap closer and closer in third. Keith Duggan, Brett Chadwick back behind them. Matty Crimmins, he's along with this group there. That is your top 5. In 6th position at the moment is Dennis Miller. So an NZ Cooler Cab car leads, an NZ Cooler Cab car is 6. That is your top 6 coming on the front straight with 10 laps remaining. Turn 1 on screen. Morris Balots as he goes through turn 2, onto the back straight. He's holding this battle between Duggan, Chadwick, and then throwing the mix now. Matty Crimmins is pulling these guys in. They're in turn number 3 and 4. Here comes Chadwick again on the inside of Duggan. Can't get anywhere. He's been working lap after lap. We are 9 laps into this now. 9 laps remain up on the Smorgon Steel Recycling scoreboard in turn number 3. This battle on screen between these 3. Balots, Duggan and Brett Chadwick. Yet again Brett Chadwick's there. Can he make anything happen? Michael Miller's still the race leader though. Morris Balots falling back into the clutches of the 85 car of Duggan, with Brett Chadwick glued to the side of this car. Can't do nothing about him at this stage. They're on the back straight now. The lap traffic's going to play a cause. Greg Evans will be the first man in the 25 car to have a lap put down on him. Race being run very smooth at this stage. Miller's in the lap traffic now. Balots, well, he's going to be too busy with these guys now. As Crimmins goes to the outside of Brett Chadwick. Can he do something about this? He's found some drive. Get some drive down the back straightaway now, son. You can do this. Into turn 3. Crimmins goes up high. He's going to run out of racetrack here. But he's trying different lines. He's trying anything he can do at this stage. Michael Miller now through lap traffic. He's onto the back straight now. Balots, throw a blanket over these front guys. Down the back straight now. Michael Corman slowing down in the number 4 car. They go around him. Not a problem. Turn 4, front straight, Michael Miller. 5 laps remaining. Balots goes round. Takes Chadwick with him. Oh, looks to me the Duggan car slowed. These guys had nowhere to go. And Balots had to go around in turn, taking Brett Chadwick with him. Michael Miller to set the pace. 5 laps up on the board. The Protec Paints AMCA Nationals feature race at Speedway City tonight. Miller leads him down into turn 1, onto the back straight. First lap under green conditions, 4.5 laps remain as Tuttle goes around in turn number 1. This could bring out the yellows again. He's stuck right on the gutter. In fact, does pull out the yellows. The car has stopped. Bad up there to Justin Tuttle there and there, the number 88 car, and his second meeting out in this AMCA. Lights are out this time. Let's go back to 5 laps. AMCA feature time. Charlie Kovacs is excited in the commentary box next to me. Out of turn 4, Michael Miller to set the pace. Racing this time. 5 laps to go into turn 1. Don't start it. Out of turn 2, Brett Chadwick. Matty Crimmins now goes to the outside of Brett Chadwick. Could this be the move of the race? Into turn 3, Crimmins is using the high side. Out of turn 4, he sticks it up high. Can he drive round outside of Brett Chadwick? 4 laps remaining. Into turns 1 and 2, the top 3 plays. Crimmins goes round in turn number 2 there. He's going to lose third position. He drops back behind Dennis Miller. Can Dennis Miller make it a 1-2 as of last night? On the front straight. Michael Miller goes through. Brett Chadwick is second. Dennis Miller third. Crimmins fourth. Mayolo fifth and Sale to sixth. That's the top 6. 2.5 laps remaining now for Michael Miller as he's in the back straight. In turn 3, Richmond heavy towing turn 3. Out of turn 4 onto the front straight. 2 laps remaining for Michael Miller. Brett Chadwick still in closing distance. Dennis Miller losing touch for this battle. He's got Matty Crimmins and Ricky Mayolo contesting behind him. He's comfortable there at the moment unless anything happens. 1.25 laps remaining now for our race leader as a white flag is prepared by Gunny. Our gun clerk, of course, here at Speedway City. Down into turn 1 for the final time. Out of turn 2, Michael Miller now controlled this race from the beginning. Brett Chadwick there hadn't got an answer. He's going to run out of racetrack now. 2 corners remain. Out of the final turn, race fans, Michael Miller taking 2 AMCA features this weekend at Speedway City. The NZ Cooler Cab car takes the win. Brett Chadwick second, Dennis Miller third. Behind there, Matty Crimmins. Give a big cheer. They're going to do a lap around the Speedway. 2 nights of hot class speedcar action comes down to a culmination of this. The cream has risen to the top of Australian speedcar competition. Who will it be tonight? We will find out in 40 laps time. Give a cheer, race fans. These guys have come all across from Australia, New Zealand and the United States in Tony Elliot, our pole sitter for tonight's 2004 Australian Speedcar Championship.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the Harley riders here in South Australia tonight that have been so kind enough to lend their machines for this grand parade of the Australian Speedcar Championship for 2004. Come on, ladies and gentlemen, send them on their way. This is going to be an awesome start to an awesome race. We've got a week half. But you've got a week through now because you are going to see something very, very special from 20 brave young men. The Australian Speedcar Championship and the green light goes on. And away they go as Mark Brown now takes off very hard and fast. Leads when the yellow light comes on. Yellow lights come on as he brings these field around out of turn 4 and the green lights go on. A beautiful start, but it's Mark Brown once again takes the lead. Tony Elliot, the American driver, now jumps in the lead from Oceana, then back in second place and going very well indeed. That driver has done a fantastic job in car number 4. That driver is young Stanaway when they come down the main straight, Lambert. Then we find back to car number 42, Mark Brown. On the outside, young Ken Stanaway, the big field of speed cars, thundering down the back straight now. They've completed 2 laps with 38 laps to go. Plenty of action here in the raceway as the American Elliot out in front of Lambert. Back there to 42, Mark Brown. Now we find Stanaway. Then back to number 3 there, Darren Jenkins. But look at the car in second spot. Lambert's very hard and fast as he moves down into the main straight once again. 37 laps left to go in the Speedcar feature race. The Australian title of Paul Keogh from Western Australia has pulled out. What an absolute unbelievable bad luck for the young West Australian. But Tony Elliot, the man from Indiana, leading the Speedcar final tonight from Dave Lambert from New South Wales. Mark Brown back to Jenkins, back to Stanaway, back to Dean McCullum from Western Australia about 6th position. Stephen Graham then back to Brent Morris in car number 17. And we find in the top end Terminator starting to make his presence still at the halfway through the field. 35 laps to go in the Speedway City Australian Speedcar Championship sponsored by Smorgon Cyclists. Down the back straight they go. It's young Tony Elliot, the American driver, driving it is sensational there. Second place is David Lambert. Back in third place is Brown. Then back to number 3, Darren Jenkins. Number 2, Stanaway from Queensland. 21 there is West Australia's Dean McCullum. 14 is Stephen Graham. So there's still plenty of action here as they move into the main straight. 7 laps down and 33 laps to go in the Australian Speedcar Championship. A 15 second lap for Elliot. So Elliot's car is going very well, and Gavin and Bruce Lear will be very happy with the way this young man has pedalled the race car. He is in awesome form tonight. They come down the main straight once again. 32 laps left to go. In this Australian time with the head of the car, it's young Oldfield from West Australia's got tangled up with car number 97. And that is unfortunate. That young driver was just in the wrong place at the wrong time. Car leading him out of turn number 4. Go across the line to lead us all the way. Dave Lambert in second place. We find Mark Brown further back there to Stephen Graham. Trying to make his presence. Young Darren Jenkins lost his spot, but he regains it once again as they go on the top turn. So there's plenty of action here in the Speedway at the moment. Car number 0 from America is Troy Elliott. He's from Indiana. In second place is car number 4, Lambert. Then back in third place now is the New South Wales Ken Stanaway. He's taken third place, the Queenslander. Mark Brown's dropped back to 4th place. Now he's got Darren Jenkins to contend with. Young Dean McCullum's amongst them too. The West Australian, look at Warren Egan. He has come from position number 13. He's up in 6th position. The Northern Territory road bull. He's just shut Stephen Graham out of the road. They come out of turn number 4 and Graham's upside down. Oh, whoa! Horrific accident that time. And that car has taken an absolute wild flip there. But we'll have some music and we'll be coming back with you just in a moment. Green lights go on and away and racing. Dave Lambert, car number 4, then Ken Stanaway from Queensland at number 2. Mark Brown now fights back in 42, then further back to number 3, Darren Jenkins. Look at Warren Eakins on the outside. He's up in 6th position. Oh, Warren Eakins is awesome here at the moment. He's on the outside of young Jenkins now, so he's throwing caution to the wind. Oh, look at Warren Eakins. This is a sensational drive. He's up in 5th position. One of the great drivers of Australian Speedway, and the man from the top end, Terminator's absolutely burning up this racetrack. He's on the high line, and he is burning. The man from Northern Territory in 4th position now. Elliot out in front, back in 2nd place with the young Lambert. Then we find Stanaway, but the man that everyone's eyes on, he's come from position 13. He's up in 5th place now. Oh, Warren Eakins, who dares, wins on the outside. Oh, what car jumps in there? It's Dean McCallum. He's okay. The race continues on. 27 laps to go. Elliot out in front. Oh, and young Jenkins starts to play stock cars a little bit that time. Now Warren Eakins drops down the concrete curb, tries to come underneath Jenkins. He's a hard-charging driver. The race leader at the moment, Elliot from America. They've got 26 laps to go in the Small Australian Speedcar Championship. Lambert's in 2nd place. In 3rd place is Brown. Then back to Jenkins. Then Warren Eakins in 6th position. Warren Eakins tried to make that pass. It didn't pay off, so he's settled down now once again. 25 grueling laps to go. Tony Elliot from Indiana still leads us, and then in the Bruce and Gavin Lear car. Young Lambert's in 2nd place. Then we find Stanaway. Now we find Brown toes on the outside of the stroke as they go on the top turn. Mark Brown's trying to grab 3rd place. Oh, bang! He's shoved out the road. Stanaway's like an absolute road bull. And now we find young Brett Morris in car 17. Very tense moments. You can chew your fingernails down to the quick as they go through on. Warren Eakins just about went upside down that time. But he's okay. He's up in 5th position. The race is being led by Tony Elliot. So while he's out in front driving the race, not realising what's going on behind him, there's a huge amount of drama. Lambert in 2nd place. Then in 3rd place is Stanaway. Now Jenkins, the New South Welshman, starting to make his presence felt. Brett Morris has come on strong. Oh, and Warren Eakins in 63. I think he might have run his race. I think the car might have just gone off slightly. They have 21 laps to go in the Australian Speedcar Championship for 2004, sponsored by Smorgan. Now we find once again down the back straight, Stanaway, the young Queenslander's driven a great race in 3rd place. 2nd place man Dave Lambert, but the American is just absolute all concrete. 20 laps the halfway mark. 20 to go, 20 down and 20 to go in the Australian Speedcar Championship for 2004. Tony Elliot now starts to get up behind the slower cars, but that car pulls onto the infield. That was WA's Les Sawyer's decided the going is just too tough. So the race is a firecracker. 15:21 2nd lap. Look at Brett Morris in car number 17 now. He's up in 5th place, but at the moment it's the Americans and the New South Welshman with one lone Northern Territorian up there trying to make his presence felt, and that's Warren Eakins. You can't discount Warren Eakins from here, but the race is being led by Tony Elliot. Back in 2nd place, still Lambert, back to Stanaway, then Jenkins. Now we find once again, grabbing another place is our friend Warren Eakins. He starts to realise the time's ticking by. He's on the high line once again. He's on the outside of Jenkins, out of turn number 2. That's where the interest is for the 3rd, 4th and 5th places. As again, Warren Eakins comes on the outside of that driver. He's grabbed on the outside of Jenkins, and he's up in 4th place. This is a sensational drive, and now we find Warren Eakins coming back again. You can't keep a good man down. The race is being led well by Tony Elliot. Then we find a car, and it had to stop. It had to happen, and Warren Eakins was unlucky. Oh man. Stanaway was in 2nd place. He hit the back of Jenkins. I think Jenkins might have got a puncher. Lights are on, and they have now 16 laps to go. And look at Brett Morris now on the outside of Tony Elliot. They thunder down the top. Jenkins has lost it again, so I'd say that something must have broken with that car. So they come now out into the main straight once again. The restart going, and the race is being led well by Tony. And look at Brett Morris on the outside in car number 17. They go down the back straight. There's a drag into that turn, and Morris has come at a long way back, and he's come out of turn number 4, and he grabs the lead with a paralysing burst of speed. Well, the New South Welshman Morris is out in front. 2nd place, and the yellow lights have come on.
Roy Jordan, man. Roy Jordan up
right, Jordan, give me a break.
Oh.
And who am I to judge? Righto, on the green light goes once again. It's Elliot out in front. Back in second place is Brett Morris, then back to 77 Inslee, then back to Mark Brown. Then we find the field coming up the benching. And one car has taken an absolute unbelievable dump.
Two-car.
And it's the two-car Stanaway, the young New Zealand, the young Queenslander. His car dug straight in, and it might have been the front end broke. So it's Tony Elliot leading from Brett Morris back to 77 Inslee. Now we find back there Dean McCallum in fourth position, the West Australian driver. They move down the back straight in towards the Richmond heavy towing turn. The race leader at the moment are going very well indeed is Tony Elliot. I think now he's settled down. I don't think Morris is going to come back at the moment. So he's done a good job in second place, then Inslee in third place. Back there he come from position 18. Then we find back there once again still driving along very hard and fast Dean McCallum. But we find once again then the car number 87. That driver's done a fantastic job as well. He's up there doing this Lansfield, so he's up in fourth position. So Kiwis are running third and fourth. Now great racing now with 13 laps left to go. Lucky for some and unlucky for others. But Tony Elliott's just done an awesome job. Brett Morris in second place. Inslee then back to car number 87 Lansfield. Further back then to car number 4. The other driver doing a tremendous job. That's young Bill. And then we find the Dean McCallum. And coming out of car number 11 is Troy Jordan. So plenty of action here tonight at the Speedcar capital of Australia, Speedway City, in the Smorgon Steel Recycling Speedcar Championship. Car number 0, Tony Elliot, back in second place, 17, Brett Morris. Look at car number 87. Now Lansfield's on the outside of Inslee as they go down the back straight down. 10 laps to go, 30 down and 10 to go, and Beals made his run on the outside. Outstanding driving, that young man charges on the outside, but Inslee fights him back and keeps him up on the high line. But Elliot's had a fairly armchair ride. He was passed only once with 15 to go, but the laps have been too many for young Brett Morris, and Brett Morris at the stage will have to be content with second place, 8.5 laps left to go. Inslee's done a great job. He's come up with position 18. He's in third position. So tremendous driving on the part of this young fella. But the race leader at the moment has done an awesome job. 8 laps left to go in the Australian Speedcar Championship. Tony Elliot out in front. Back in second place, 17 is Brett Morris. Further back there to Inslee, then back to Beal. A long gap back there to another young driver in that fifth position. Then we find Dean McCallum in car 21, and Troy Jordan from Victoria brings up the rear. But it's Dave Lambert still trying. No, it's car number 2 of Big Farm, still trying very hard indeed to keep his car well and truly in front of Victorian Paul Farrell. Paul Farrell's up in fourth position, getting harder and faster and stronger. So the racetrack has done a great job all weekend. Now we find Brett Morris again on the tail of Elliot. They have 5.5 laps left to go. Now Elliot's got tired. They come out of turn number 4. White and blue smoke's coming from Elliot's car. They have 5 laps left to go. Brett Morris is on a roll. Once again, he's got wind in his air. He's taken his second breath. They thunder down into Richmond towing turn. Blue smoke coming from the motor of Elliot. Out of turn number 4. 4 laps left to go. Elliot out in front. Sitting on his tailpipes is Brett Morris. Back to Inslee. Left behind Field. Long gap back then to car number 2. That driver doing a sensational job, but there's no doubt. Oh, Elliot's getting tired. He's getting high on the track. 3 laps left to go. Elliot's in front, and Brett Morris is coming back once again. What a thrilling race this has been. They come out of turn number 2. 2.5 laps left to go. I think Elliot's got the strength. Elliot's got the strength, although the car now starts to blow blue and white smoke. Now they have 2 laps left to go. 2 laps left to go here in the Australian Speedcar Championship. Down the back straight now, Tony Elliot. He has won everything here tonight, and what a sensational drive this is as he comes out of turn number 4 with the white flag out. 1 lap to go here, and there's an accident. There's an accident between Beal. Oh, now Brett Morris. Oh man, they go back to the last recorded lap. 2 lonely laps for the race leader. Will the car hang on long enough to succeed? That's the big burning question as they come out of turn 4. The green lights go on once again, and it's Tony Elliot, the man who has done such a good job. Oh, the boy in third spot has lost the car. Inslee, what a terrible blow to him. The car, I think, might have run out of fuel. Yes, it's running out of fuel, and Inslee's lost the car. They have now 1 lap to go for Troy here. I think this race fell into his hands because the white
flag has come out, and this time, ladies and gentlemen, they come out of turn number 4, winning the Smorgon Australian Steel Recycler Speedcar Championship. Please put your hands together for Tony Elliot. Second place was Brett Morris, and in third place was car number 87, Lance Field from Dean McCallum from Western Australia, Troy Jordan, and car number 2 is Paul Farrell from Victoria. Fantastic drive, and we'll now wait for official results, but what a night.
Wasn't it just there? The new Australian Speedcar champion, Tony Elliot, acknowledges the checkered flag on the front straight. Put your hands together, Speedway City. The new Australian Speedcar champion, all the way from the United States, Tony Elliot.